Okay, so one thing you might want to do in HighLevel is to duplicate a workflow from your snapshot subaccount or one single subaccount to all of your subaccounts. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do that so you can share one workflow across all subaccounts because this is one of the workflows from my app. And even if you're not using one of my apps, this is still useful. But we can see this is a fairly large workflow, and it's not, the most complex thing in the world. But it would suck to have to rebuild this for every single client. Um, there's a much easier way to do it. So, of course, you're probably aware that if you click on it, you can do duplicate workflow, and then you can, or sorry, not duplicate workflow, but copy the sub account, and then you can just select a sub account and just copy it over. But that's kind of slow, especially if you have like 100 or 1,000 sub accounts. It's going to take a while to duplicate it one by one. And then it's going to be hard to keep them in sync if you need to change anything. So what we're going to do instead is if you switch into the agency view, what you can do is you want to go to your sub accounts and you want to basically create, or I guess turn your main snapshot account into its own snapshot. So what we have here is call transcript completed for company snapshot. And so this is just a snapshot that I can load onto all my accounts. And like you'll probably have one of these for your agencies where every time you get a new client, they start with a certain snapshot that just has like a missed call text back and some basic stuff. So that's what you're going to do here. And then you're going to come over to snapshots and you're going to create a new snapshot. So you're going to make this, default snapshot or something like that. And you'll just select that account that you wanted to use. And so I already have it created, but you've probably already done this as well. So now what we want to do is we want to sync this snapshot up to our main account. So I'm just going to use my own company for this example. And if I click on manage client, what we can do here is load snapshot. So if the sub account is created using this snapshot we just made, then it'll already be linked to that snapshot. But if it's not linked already, what we're going to do is load snapshot and we'll select that snapshot we just created. We'll hit proceed and then we can just skip all this junk. I mean, you can just select like one workflow. You just have to load one thing and you just hit proceed and it will load on that workflow or whatever. I'm not going to do it. I already did it, but basically you'll load in like a single workflow or something, and that will link the snapshot. So now what you can do is you can come back here, and now you just have to update your workflow and get it working the way that you want to. So let's say that we, spend a bunch of time, we get this working, or we duplicated this workflow from a snapshot we downloaded into our main snapshot account. Well, we have it in the snapshot. And so now all we have to do is come back here, head to snapshots, and then do this little icon here. So push update to linked sub accounts. So we'll push it and we'll see all the sub accounts that are linked. And so if you wanted to, you could just hit select all. And this is basically how you can push an update from that main sub account to all of your linked sub accounts. And this is actually a really good feature when you're building stuff like a HighLevel snapshot is you want like a place where you can experiment and test stuff out, i.e. your snapshot, and then you can push that update when it's ready. So you may need to use some custom values, to like fill out certain details like the owner's name or the business name or something. But in general, you can just push those updates. So we can select this sub account and then we can choose everything that we want to push over. So in this case, it will just be the workflows and then we could just hit proceed. And so keep in mind right here, I'm selecting all. That could literally be like all of your 1,000 sub accounts and you just push the same workflow to every single sub account. So hopefully this makes it easier to, loads like keep workflows in sync across multiple sub accounts. And yeah, just thought this video would be helpful. Thanks for watching and thanks.